Hello and welcome to my stream. This is going to be chapter 3, episode number 3, part number 2. Currently we had just gotten the singing to stop for Miss Cecile. And I'm going to go ahead and start with turning that quest in. Cecile. Thank you so much, Larock. Now that the singing has stopped, I can finally get a good night's sleep. You say that the person beautifully. By the way, Larock, you and Barbella have been working very closely on all these new inventions, but how well do you really know her? My dear friend Bard told me that he'd heard an odd rumor about her. He told me that Barbella might have killed someone. I often talk with Barbella in the baths, and she's always struck me as a kind and caring person. But I've noticed that she doesn't like to talk about herself very much. It's almost as if she has something to hide. Oh, but she's such a lovely person. I'm sure it must be nothing more than a silly rumor. At least I hope so. Alright, we have a new quest over here. And it is from one of our guys, Mr. Glutimus. Whatcha, Larock? Barbella's really busting a gut to get her head around them research records, but it'll be a while yet before she's done. Barbella ain't a born and bred inventor, so she's got her work cut out figuring out how to build that ultimate weapon. By the way, Cecile told me that you met up with Galileo's ghost. I never knew you could talk to the dead. But if it's true, then I've got a favor to ask you. Could you get him to spill the beans about how we're supposed to build that ultimate weapon of his? Chances are he ain't gonna tell you just like that. So I've thought of a way we might be able to twist his arm. Galileo used to go around with his funny looking instrument called the Lyre of Ire. It was some kind of family heirloom apparently. The only problem is, the monsters nicked it off him and broke it into bits. He was really cut up about it. That's why I thought it'd be a good idea to put that art back together and give it back to him. I've heard rumors that the monsters hid what's left of the Lyre in an icy igloo in Gallenholm. All we've got to do is find it, fix it, then give it to Galileo and tell him it's a present from Barbella. What's that? Why would we tell him it's from Barbella when it's actually from us? That's the icing on the cake. Nothing's gonna cheer Galileo up more than a gift from his favorite assistant. Maybe it'll even be enough to untangle that twisted mind of his. What do you reckon, Larock? The monsters have got a bunch of igloos where they keep all of the loot that they've nicked. I'd start having a shuffle inside some of them if I was you. Get yourself through that green teleportal and try and track down what's left of the Lyre of Ire. Soon as you fixed it up, you can... Before we go to do that Lyre quest, I'm going to grab the other component to our ultimate weapon that we will need. So I'm going to just gather up a crew real quick. Come here, Mr. Maxie. Nope, Burley. There's a load of really tough monsters living in Colin Galaham. In fact, I've heard a rumor that there's 4 great giants among them, and each one's holding onto different bits of furniture. It ain't enough to help us beat the Magma Malice, but if you fancy trying your against them, I ain't gonna stop you. In fact, I'd be happy to help you out. What do you say, Lerock? Want me to come along? Nice one, mate. The monsters might be tougher than ever, but if we join forces, there ain't nothing we can't handle. Alright, so we got Burley. Let's go ahead and get Maxie over here. I believe in you, Lerock. You and Barbella are gonna do great things together. And I'm gonna do my bit too. If you ever need and fighting off the monsters, just say the word. What do you say, Lerock? Do you need a bit of protection? Sure. Alright, let's go ahead and head over to our red teleportal. There is a castle that I want to get one of the parts from before we go ahead and gather up the leader parts. Because we will need it to complete our ultimate weapon. Actually, before I need to actually quit. I forgot we broke all of our hammers. Let's see if we have any other more in our equipment. No, we don't. I need to go back to the base real quick and build a Hellas hammers. Because both of mine broke. I forgot about that. Still got an Aurora sword, but that's not going to do very much, man, block breaking for me. Let me get them both back in the party real quick. Alright, got them in the party. Let's make those 2 hammers real quick. We'll make another blade just in case. Alright, let me throw those on and we are good to go. Alright, now let's go back into that red teleportal and go get our ultimate weapon piece. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to follow this to all the way down, and then we're going to head left, and it'll take us to a bridge, And once you fight your battles through that bridge, it'll take us to a castle holding one of the parts to our ultimate weapon. That's what we're on our way to do right now. And it's that castle right over there. Alright, we got the first wave of monsters defeated, guarding the bridge, and then there's a second wave. Alright, those monsters have been defeated. We would normally just go around the mountain, but I'm just gonna go right up and over it. Because the castle's right there. Come on, fellas. Jump down. Well, one of them fell. Come on, fall, dude. Are y'all coming? They're gonna make me, make it less of a fall for them. There, get on. Alright, now get down. I'm gonna knock you down, dude. There you go. Now come on. Get on the escalator. There you go. Now come on. Alright, we have made it to that castle. And we have 8 monsters to defeat. Alright, we've got 5 of the 8 defeated. We got 2 more. Alright, 1 more monster left to defeat. Alright, the monsters have been defeated and it unlocks that chest downstairs for us. And in these chests you get 1 seed of life, and the other one contains a part for our ultimate weapon. The rock opens the treasure chest. What luck! The curious contraption. And that curious contraption is one of the parts you need for building your ultimate weapon. I will show it to you here. Right there. It's called a curious contraption, and it is a complex configuration of interconnected cogs. Alright, let me swap out this stuff and use that seed of life. We can do Far Cry 4 after I'm done. I'm not done with this chapter yet, though. I just grabbed one of the parts that's required for building the ultimate weapon. I've got to go craft this Lyre of Ire, so I'm really close to the end of the chapter, though. So now that we've got that curious contraption, let me round these guys right back up. Because we're going right back out to the green portal. Alright. Now, you could go up and over these mountains, but it's usually a pretty long trip and you'll have to make the trip about 2 or 3 times. So what I generally do is make me a hole through the mountain over here with our magic cannon, because it'll save you a lot of climbing and scaling, especially if you've got followers. It's easier to just drill a hole through the mountain. I'm just grabbing some healing herbs real quick. Well, the parts to make them at least. Alright, now we're going to go ahead from the portal drop and drill a hole in this mountain right here, because directly on the other side is where we need to go. And the easiest place to drill the hole is right over here where this dude is. So let me grab my magic cannon out, check the map, and right there's the easiest penetrated spot, so we're gonna do it right here. And we have our hole through the mountain. But it looks like our friends got stuck down there. Come on, fellas. Get up here. Come on. There you go. And let's go through our newly made hole through the mountain. Alright. That's still too far of a drop for them. There you go. Yeah, come on, fellas. Give me that sugar. Alright. Now, what we're going to do over here is we got to search igloos for the missing parts of that Lyre of Ire. And there's a bunch of igloos over here on the map, you can see. And we gotta keep searching these until we find the one that's holding the missing parts we need. Nothing in that one. Another one of those gigantus trolls. Nothing in that igloo. And we found what we was looking for. Go ahead and read this sign real quick. Leer of Ire, do not remove. Let's go ahead and open the chest and remove it. We open the treasure chest. What luck? The broken Leer. Alright, we got that Leer of Ire and learned how to make the Leer of Ire. The Leer of legend that fills the air with chords of crystal clarity. Alright. Now that we've got that, we can go back to town and go ahead and craft the Leer of Ire. Which is why we made the hole through the mountain, because we're going to have to make this trip a few more times to this side of the mountain. So let's go back now that we've got our Leer. Craft it, and then we'll have to come back with the crafted Leer to Galileo's ghost. Alright, let's see what we need for this Leer. That's not the right Leer. Not in that one. It's not in there, so that means it's in our workbench. There it is. Alright, we just needed 3 silver and the broken pieces. Alright. There is our Leer of Ire, so we can go back to turn in this Leer to Galileo's ghost in the green teleportal. Let me round up my fellow friends. I shouldn't need my friends for going to do this though. I'm just gonna run to Galileo and give him his Leer. So let me go do that. They're just gonna slow me down. So, alright, we got our hole. We're gonna head through this direction. Alright, and I'm just gonna run past all this stuff and head to Mr. Galileo's ghost to bring him his Leer. Okay, now there's a challenge in that cave right there. I'm not gonna grab it because I have purposely avoided doing all of the challenges this chapter for these broadcasts, so that way I can do them all at once after I complete the chapter. But in that cave is actually one of the items that you're gonna need for your chapter challenges, and it is a blueprint for making a building called the Spectacular Spa. But I'm not going to grab it for this broadcast. Alright, here's Galileo's ghost. Let's go ahead and give him a talking to. Ah, you again. Tell me, Lerock, why must we humans be such stubborn creatures? If we could accept our lowly fates rather than struggle against them, we would live our lives without sadness, without pain. If only I could express these feelings in song, the weight that lies heavily upon my heart might be lifted. But alas, I must keep my silence for now. It would not do me for my singing to disturb Lady Cecile's sleep any further. Alrighty. Let me kill these things real quick, and then I'll give him his leer. Leer of Ire. Gave it to him. Let me kill this ghost, and I'll talk to him again. There we go. Galileo, you're back, are you? Is there something I can... My goodness! Is that the Leer of Ire? My family's most precious heirloom. But how and why? What? It is a gift from Barbella. She thought that if you presented this to me, I might teach you how to build my ultimate invention in return. That is a lie. Barbella would never resort to bribery. It is not in her nature. But this is indeed the Leer of Ire. However did you repair it? I see. So you are the legendary builder. I had wondered why you were able to see me. Now I know. You are the builder. Within those fingertips dwells the long-lost power of creation. If only I had been granted such an ability, perhaps I could have completed my research. I envy you, Lerock. Rubus has blessed you with the power to create. The power that was stolen from humankind so many years ago. Lerock, you are the only one who can complete my life's work. Here, build these blocks and fill in the blanks. Only by that will you and Barbella obtain that which you seek. Alright, we got the ability to make blue blocks. And it is a chunk of chalk dyed a bright blue. Alright, we completed Glutemus's request. You have to go back to town. And make at least, I think it's what, 10 of those blue blocks before you can go to his chamber and unlock his secrets. Let's go ahead and talk to Mr. Glutemus. Whatcha, Lerock? How'd it go with Galileo? So he saw through my little scheme, did he? I had a feeling he might. Galileo always was a proper clever clogs. And it pains me to say it, but he knew Barbella better than any of us. What do you mean? What do I mean? Come on, Lerock. Don't tell me you haven't clocked on yet. Galileo and Barbella didn't just work together. They were together. Hold on. Their personalities are as different as their hometowns. But still, there was something special between them. They'd spent their days inventing weapons to fight off the monsters, laughing and flirting all the while. Honestly, it was enough to make a bodybuilder blush. And then, after all them long, heart-pounding days together, came that fateful night when, at long last, she killed him. I don't know exactly what happened. Barbella's never talked about it. And I've never asked. Whatever happened that night, I'm sure she had her reasons. I believe in her. So that's it. That's the terrible truth. She's got to face it if she's going to get Galileo's ultimate invention up and running. Thanks for helping with this, Lerock. You better go and tell Barbella what you found out. Alright, we got some squids on a stick. And a new quest from Barbella. You don't have to explain. Glutemus told me everything. Huh. He's got a lot of nerve going behind my back like that. Well, never mind. All's well that ends well, I suppose. So what's this clue Galileo gave you about building the ultimate weapon? Blue blocks, eh? What are we supposed to use them for? Hold on, I've just remembered something. Galileo had this storeroom over in Gallenholm that he'd used to hide his secret plans from the monsters. He said that he'd put a special lock on the place that they'd never be able to crack, and I reckon them blocks have got something to do with it. Go on, Lerock. Whip up a couple of them blue blocks, take 'em over to that storeroom and see if you can figure it out. Alright. Now we need to make those blue blocks and go to his storeroom to get the ultimate plans. So, let's see. What do we need for the blue blocks? Ice and power crystals. Alright, we got enough to make plenty of them. There's 10. I'll make 20 just in case. Well, 30 just in case. Alright, we got 30 blue blocks. We can go back over to his storeroom in the green portal now. And go see what's up with that storeroom. Let me go ahead and put those blocks in my bag so I have them. There they are. There's our 30 blue blocks, and let's go ahead and get over to that storeroom. Now you're going in the same direction as his ghost because it was really real close to him, but it is up in the mountains before him. So we're going to head in this direction. Instead of walking around the mountain, we're going to go on top of the mountain. Alright, you can see the entrance to his storeroom directly in front of me. It is that igloo looking entrance right there with torches. Alright, let's go ahead and go inside. Once you go down, you see this sign. And it looks like a glob in the floor missing pieces. Bearer of blue blocks. Fill in the blanks in the floor to fill in the blanks in your knowledge. Alright, so you take your blue blocks, place them in his little pitcher. And then the treasured guardians appear. Alright, 2 guardians down, 1 to go. Alright, guardians are defeated and we have our chest. Alright, we opened the chest and we got the prototype plans. And we just figured out how to make something called a volcovoltaic magi motor. It's a complicated component made of metal and machinery. Alright, and that is the ultimate weapon, second piece that we needed. Since we already got the curious contraption, we're going to go back to the town and craft our volcanic magi motor. But we're going to talk to Miss Barbella first to turn in our quest. How did he just walk right over it? Really? That's a nice trick there, robot. His feet didn't actually press on the pressure plate to knock him back. Alright, let's talk to Miss Barbella. You found the plans for a prototype invention in Galileo's storeroom. Quick, Lerock, let me take a butcher's at 'em. Yeah, I know it. Core blimey, these designs tell us everything we need to know to finish building the ultimate weapon. Heh, useless to the last, eh? I tried to figure it out on my own, but in the end, I couldn't finish the job without his help. The man I loved and the man I killed. I've told you all about the research Galileo was working on, right? He poured his heart and soul into trying to find a way of combining the powers of fire and ice. But no matter how hard he tried, he never could finish the job. Until you turned up, us humans didn't have the power to build that kind of thing. With every failed experiment is a mind. His mind and his body was wasted away, and there was nothing I could do to help him. And then, one day, the Dragon Lord came. He told Galileo that if he joined up with the monsters, he'd be given knowledge beyond all human understanding, the power to complete his life's work. It was too much for Galileo to resist. He said yes. Ironic, isn't it? He'd spent his life working on an invention that could wipe the Dragon Lord's army out. But he got so obsessed with his work, he lost his sight of his true aim and ended up joining them. We'd promised each other that whatever happened, whatever we had to do, we'd never let the monsters win. So when he became one of them, I did what I had to do. Alright. Core blimey, why'd you make me spill my guts out like that? But anyway, it's time to stop moping over the past and start looking to the future. We've got to get that ultimate weapon built and take out the monster's leader. Galileo's got as far as finished off the voltaic Maggie motor that was supposed to power the thing, but he never could figure out how to put together the weapon itself. So now it's your turn. Time to show us what the builder can really do. This is it, Leroy. It's time to finally put this war to bed. Use that Maggie motor to build the ultimate weapon, and use the ultimate weapon to defeat the Magma Malice and the Fern Fiend. It's up to you how to build it and what you call it, but whatever you do, you've got to get that weapon built. Alright, we got a quest for getting the other component and figured out how to craft the Bash Mobile. It's a vehicle, a spiked trike that can move at scary speeds, can be ridden to increase movement speed, and can be used repeatedly. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and build that Maggie motor and our Bash Mobile. Alright, we've crafted our Bash Mobile. Where's our quest for Barbella? There she is, right out there. Stuck outside. You've done it! You built the ultimate weapon. Thanks, Leroy. Now Galileo can rest in peace. Just imagine how differently things could have turned out if he'd built this thing for that Dragon Lord. If the monsters had that kind of power, we wouldn't have stood a chance. There ain't a day goes by that I don't regret what I did, but maybe it was for the best. Don't get me wrong, Leroy. I didn't do what I did to save the world. I did it to save him. Core blimey, Leroy. What? You've got me talking all soppy again. It's time to forget about the past and start concentrating on the future. And there ain't nothing more futuristic than that weapon you built. I thought it was gonna be some kind of rocket, but it's actually something you can ride in, right? So, have you come up with a name for it yet? Well, what? The Bash Mobile. Phew. You might be a genius at building things, Leroy, but you can't name them to save your life. Still, it ain't the name that counts. Now that we've got hold of the ultimate weapon, we're all ready to take on the Magma Malice and the Fern Fiend. Come on, Leroy, let's take that Bash Mobile of yours and down the Monsters Manor and teach those blighters a lesson. Oh, and thanks, Leroy. After all you've done for me, I can't thank you enough. Alright, we have unlocked the final set of monster battles. Stone me, what the heck was that shaking all about? Surely it can't be. Yes, it is. We have 3 monster battles, and then the 4th battle is the chapter boss itself. So I'm going to save it. Then we will start our first wave of the 3 battles. And put away the stuff we don't need. There we go. We gotta eat some food. And we've got our magic cannon and our Bash Mobile, so we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and start our first battle. Those rotten monsters, just when we was on our way to attack them, they come and attack us. But there's a strange energy in the air this time. I can feel a power stronger than anything I've felt before. Hold on. You told me the monsters nicked the prototype magma motor from Galileo's laboratory, didn't you? Don't tell me they've used it already. But never mind all that. We've got some monsters to mash. What do you say, Lerock? Are you ready to crack some skulls? Yep, we sure are. Let's go ahead and crack some monster skulls. Alright, we have 2 phases in this battle right here. Quit running away, dude. Where you going? Alright, the monsters were defeated. Wave 1 is complete. Now we've got phase number 2. Alright, we've got a big old ogre down there, so I'll let them deal with him while I take out this other caster. Die, dude. There you go. Alright, now we've got the big old ogre right down here, causing all kinds of havoc. Let's take him out. Oh, he done killed all my people. Alright, bud. It's time to give you a driving lesson in Bashmobile. Boom! 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 One more time. There you go. Bye-bye. Alright, the first battle is complete. We got 3 pouches of medicinal herbs. And battle 1 down the tube. We still got 2 more battles and then the chapter boss himself. So let me save it. Well, we'll just go ahead and fight the next one. But as long as we've got we've all got all our new weapons with us, those rotters don't stand a chance, right? How's about you give them a taste of that Bashmobile of yours, Lerock? What do you say, lad? Are you ready to ram a bit sense into them rotters? Sure. Let's go. Alright, there should be 2 more in this phase, and it looks like 2 mix. Alright, phase 1 down the tube. Now we got phase number 2 still. And we got 1 monster left in phase 2. And the leader of the monsters appears. We got us a huge gargantuar. Look at that big boy. Alright, it's time to bash mobile him up. Get away from my base, dude. This way. Alright, we've about got Mr. Gargantuar beat. Alright, there we go. Big Gargantuar dude's defeated. I gotta repair my front wall from one of his foot pounds, and then we can start the next battle. Do I have any of that cladding? 2 of them. I need to make some cladding. Let me go make some cladding real quick before I repair the rest. There we go. We should have more than enough cladding. this in there. There we go. Now we need purple things. Or push things. Where's the rest of them? There they are. And these. Did I not just finish it? No. That was battle 2 of the 3. There's 3 monster battles. Then there's the boss fight at the end of every chapter. I've finished 2 out of the 3 battles. I'm just repairing my wall from the second battle because that big gigantic troll just kinda wrecked my wall in one stomp. Alright, that should be good right there. Actually, I'm gonna do this, and... my bad. I didn't mean to get that other section of brick. Alright, there we go. Fixed up my front base defenses just a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and make this one layer higher so they can't actually go over my walls. Right here, just in the front. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and save it and then start battle number 3. Alright, Miss Barbella. Did you get a load of them monsters? The first lot were from Call, but the last lot were from Gallenholm. There's no doubt about it. The Magma Malice and the Fern Fiend are in cahoots. But we can't worry about that now. We've just gotta give the next set of monsters that comes in here a proper whopping. What do you say, Lerock? Are you ready for a ruckus? Yep, let's start battle number 3. This is the final battle before the boss battle. Right here. Alright, let's go ahead and give them something to do. Alright, phase number 1 is complete. Now we gotta defeat phase number 2. Alright, we've about got all of those done for this phase. Got 2 monsters left for phase number 2. Okay, we have completed the 3rd battle, and the next battle is the final boss battle for this chapter. So let's give it a save, and we will fight the Fern Fiend and Magma Malice to end chapter number 3. Alright, let's talk to Miss Barbella. This is it, Lerock. The final battle for Call and Gallenholm. Have you got used to handling that Bashmobile yet? If I was you, I'd make sure I knew exactly what I was doing before I went up against the Magma Malice and the Fern Fiend. If you reckon you're ready for it, it's time to face them for the final time. What do you say, Lerock? Are you ready to rumble? I'm telling you, Lerock, you've got nothing to worry about. You can rely on your inventions. You didn't just pick them up upon your travels, or get someone else to make them for you. You've built it all with your own 2 hands, and it's time to break out your ultimate weapon. It's time to take Call and Gallenholm back from the monsters once and for all. Go on, Larock. Show those rotters who's boss. Alright, this is the start of the chapter battle for the Fern Fiend and Magma Malice boss monster. A throng of ice and fire. Let's go ahead and get our Bashmobile ready. Oop. We've got to ram the monster's hand with our Bashmobile. And there's his hand. Boom! And now we've got to ram the monster's face with the Bashmobile too. You got a timer on it, so you want to get it there quick and in a hurry. Boom! Our first hit on the boss already. The Fern Fiend appears. We've got to ram the monster's hand with the Bashmobile. Oh, and we drove off into the lava. My bad. I think that actually just broke our armor too. Yep, let's put on that real quick. Got the Fern Fiend's hand. And now we gotta ram the monster's face with the Bashmobile. Uh-oh. Not good. Here we go. And there's his face. Boom. That's hit number 2 on his head. Now we have to kill his minions. We got to defeat 12 of these minions. I hit his hand. We got 6 more to kill. Up and into the lava again. We got half of them killed. Alright, 4 more. Let's get that hand. Boom. Into the lava again. Got 3 more minions left to kill. We got 2 more left. There we go. Got that one. And that one. Alright, all those minions are defeated. So now we hit the next phase on our boss fight, where they combine fire and ice. The hostile merger appears. Wow. Don't want to drive straight for me right now. Let's eat that herb. And that one, and get back in our Bashmobile. There we go. Alright, we've got to ram the monster's hand. Boom. Really? Back into the lava. Okay. And we gotta ram the other monsters, bash the other hand real quick. Boom. And now we've got to ram his head. If we can stay on the track. Dude, what are you doing? Get out. Get out of the lava. Alright. Let's go ahead and ram this dude's face. Are you serious? I rammed that thing. Twice. Get his face. There you go. One more hit and we have beaten our boss. We've got to ram the monster's hand again. Boom. There's one of his hands. And let's get that other hand. Boom. And then back into the lava. Alright, all we gotta do is ram the monster's face. Back into the lava. Alright, let's ram his face to finish him. Oh, he ducked under me. That was pretty cheap. There we go. The hostile merger is defeated. And he dropped something for us. A first cracked crystal. So we obtained the cracked crystal. And learned how to make the legendary item, the Sunstone. A divine jewel that shines like the summer sun. Alright, everybody's happy. Let's go ahead and turn in this quest. Holy smokes, you actually did it. Well in, Leroy. You gave that awesome merger a proper punch up the bracket. Those rotten monsters used Galileo's secret invention to make themselves more powerful than ever before. But they were no match for that ultimate weapon you built. What's that? It weren't just you who built the Bashmobile, it was all of us? Cor blimey, Leroy. You can't come up with a decent name to save your life, but you know what to say to bring tears to my eyes. But anyway, you know that funny looking crystal you picked up? I think you might be able to make something out of that would clear away the darkness. What do you reckon, Leroy? Alright, let's go ahead and make a sunstone to clear the sky in chapter number 3. Alrighty, we have crafted our sunstone and completed her quest. Nice work, Leroy. That thing will get rid of the darkness over Call and Gallenholm no problem. Thanks, Leroy. If Galileo could see you now, I bet he'd be as proud of you as I am. But enough of this soppy rot. Hold that sunstone up to your banner of hope and make this place shine again. Alrighty. And the sunstone is going to show the light in chapter number 3. The light returns to Call and Gallenholm. Leroy, my child, you have done well. You have freed this land from the Dragon Lord's evil influence. Now its people are free to rebuild it in their own image. However, your duty is not over yet. There are others who still suffer under the Dragon Lord's rule and await your succor. Barbilla. Cor blimey, Leroy, just look at that sky. I've never seen anything so blue before. It's beautiful. It's just so beautiful. That night, the people of Call and Gallenholm hold a party to celebrate their victory over the monsters. The bodybuilders dance and dine and flex their muscles while the youngsters of Gallenholm giggle at their antics and make plans for the future. And in the shadows, at the fringes of the firelight, stands Galileo, his eyes fixed on Barbilla. He gazes at her with tenderness in his eyes and a satisfied smile on his lips. But Leroy is the only one who knows that he's there. Then morning comes. Barbilla. You awake yet, Leroy? Cor blimey, my head's a-pounding like a hammer hood. I reckon I had a bit too much fun last night. I don't know if it was just the exhaustion catching up with me, but I even started seeing things. I thought I saw Galileo hanging out in the shadows, but it must have been just a dream. Ha ha. He had this stupid grin on his face, just like the old times. Speaking of seeing things, Glutimus spotted something too a light in the sky over the western mountains. Of course, you don't have to look into it if you ain't interested. I just thought you might want to go and have a gander. Alright, let's go ahead and save it. And then we will go ahead and end this chapter. And I will continue with the challenges for chapter 3 off of this save right here, with the chapter already beat. Alright, we are at the light. Larock, my child, the light you see before you is a portal to the next land you must free from the Dragon Lord's curse. The items, the knowledge, and the strength that you have acquired in this place will not survive the journey. The moment you pass through this portal of light, you will lose everything. You will be transported to the deathly moors of Tantagel, where the darkness is so dense that even my own powers cannot penetrate it. There you must complete the sacred duty that has been bestowed onto you. Once you have done so, your role in Alefgard's revival will be complete. Though this task is yours, and yours alone, know that I do watch over you always. Are you sure you want to leave this land behind and travel to the next island? Yes, indeed. Glutemus. Oi, 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 oi. What the heck's going on here, then, Larock? Don't tell me you was gonna slink off without saying goodbye to your old mate, Glutemus. I thought we was gonna be bodybuilding buddies. Ah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be so selfish. If Barbella heard me whining like that, she'd give me a proper whelping. You've got a world to rebuild, ain't you? Building your body's gotta be the last thing on your mind. But still, why have you gotta be so artless? Honestly, you and Barbella are like two peas in a pod. I told her you was leaving, and she didn't even flinch. Look, Larock, I know where you're off to. You're heading to Tantagel, ain't ya? There ain't nothing there but death and darkness. The old place is a wasteland of ashes, ruled over by a being of pure evil. If you're dead set on going over there, then there's something I gotta give you. Hold on to 'em as tight as you can, and I reckon you'll be able to take 'em all the way to Tantagel. Well, I suppose this is it, then. Be lucky, Larock, and don't do nothing I wouldn't do. We're all counting on you, you know. Get yourself over to Tantagel and give the old of Alefgard a new lease o' life. Alright. That is the completion for chapter number 3. And we did complete it in under 30 days, so that gives me plenty of time to go over the chapter challenges for you. I've already completed them previously, but I will do another broadcast for the challenges that I purposely did not complete during this walkthrough. So that way I can do a separate one for just the chapter 3 challenges, and you can go ahead and check that out once I go ahead and complete it on my site. Thank you for watching, and you have a great day.